Good afternoon, everybody. My name is JoJo Sweat, and I serve as the organizing director at Common Defense, the largest grassroots organization of progressive veterans in this country. It's an honor to stand with you today here in Santa Fe, a place rooted in the ancestral lands of the Tila people and home to rich and living indigenous and Pueblo traditions. As veterans, we understand the meaning of duty and sacrifice, and we recognize that any effort to defend democracy must begin with deep respect for the original stewards of this land. It is in that spirit that we are proud to make an early and resounding endorsement of Secretary Deb Haaland, not only as a leader, but as a movement builder who represents the very values that brought us to service: integrity, courage, and an unwavering commitment to justice. Today marks the launch of our New Mexico state organizing efforts, a new formation of veterans and military families who will organize year round to support Secretary Holland's victory as governor and help shape a powerful path forward for 2026 and beyond. Veterans don't just belong on the sidelines. We belong at the heart of every fight for justice. We know what real leadership looks like because we've lived it. And when I look at Deb Haaland, I see someone who leads with humility, strength, and a deep respect for service. That's the kind of leadership New Mexico and this country needs right now. When I talk to veterans across New Mexico, I hear the same thing. We're ready for a future that works for all of us, one where our service is respected, not exploited, one where jobs, housing, and healthcare aren't out of reach. That's the truth Deb Haaland is fighting for. And we're going to organize like hell to make it real. New Mexico is a frontline state for our democracy, our climate, and our collective future. Secretary Haaland's leadership as the first Native American cabinet secretary and a tireless advocate for land, water, and indigenous sovereignty has been historic. At Common Defense, we don't just make endorsements. We organize. We tell our stories, we mobilize our communities, and we fight for a future where all people, especially those too often left behind, are heard and protected. We're honored to stand with Secretary Haaland, and we are ready to get to work. With that, I'd like to begin by introducing one of our first of many incredible speakers, Josh Jones, who's a U.S. Air Force veteran and Vets for Dev here locally. Woo! Woo!
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. And get this up here, kind of tall. Perfect. Thank you so much. And good afternoon, everyone. Again, I'm Josh Jones, Sandoval County County Commissioner, District 5. And more importantly, today, I'm an Air Force veteran who knows what it takes and knows what it's like to come home and fight a different kind of fight. The battle to get the care and the support that we earned through our service. Today, I'm so proud and so honored to be able to officially launch Vets for Dev. We're a coalition of New Mexican veterans united behind an incredible leader. A leader who doesn't just talk about supporting us, but has the track record to prove it. That said, let me tell you why I'm here today. In 2003, I was fresh out of high school. I joined the Air Force in a particularly difficult time in our nation. I did it because I had and I felt a responsibility as an American to step up and defend the principles that we hold so dear. I served in Montana, Turkey, New Mexico, and retired right here at Curlin Air Force Base in 2014. The Air Force taught me many things, but it taught me three core values: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all that we do. But I also learned that those values don't mean a thing, and it doesn't mean much if the leaders that we elect do not live them as well. I stand with and I support a leader today that embodies all three of those core values. And you guessed it, that leader is Deb Haaland. She comes from a military family and understands that supporting veterans means actions and not empty words. While I was serving on Mayor Tim Keller's Veterans Mental Health and Transition Collaborative, Deb was fighting in Congress to expand mental health services and protecting veteran benefits. I saw her hard work firsthand when I joined her office as a Wounded Warrior Fellow. She gets it, and she understands the mental health crisis because she lived it both personally and professionally. She knows, we all know, that when Donald Trump slashes veteran programs, families will and do suffer. Simply put, Deb will stand along us to combat the reckless actions and silliness coming out of Washington. I will say, if you're a veteran who believes that our state should work for the people who served it, and not just the wealthy and the connected, I urge you today to join us in supporting Deb Haaland. You know, we served our country, now let's serve our future. Thank you so much, and let's win this together. And now I have the absolute pleasure of introducing to you Mr. Jose Vasquez, the Executive Director of Common Defense.
Thanks, Jojo and Josh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jose Vasquez. I'm a U.S. Army veteran and the Executive Director of Common Defense, the nation's largest grassroots veterans organization. I am honored to stand before you today to proudly endorse Deb Haaland for Governor of New Mexico. Deb is a leader of deep integrity, someone who shows up for New Mexico's families, especially for veterans and military families. As the daughter of veterans, Deb doesn't just talk about service, she lives it. She knows the sacrifices our families make, and she spent her career making sure we are seen, supported, and respected. Deb Haaland's record speaks for itself. As a congresswoman and the first Native American cabinet secretary in U.S. history, she broke barriers while delivering for New Mexico. She fought for better healthcare access for veterans, expanded mental health services, and secured funding for job training programs to help our heroes transition to civilian life. Her work as Secretary of the Interior protected our sacred lands, including those tied to our military history, ensuring they remain a legacy for future generations. When she is elected, Deb would make history again as the first Native American woman governor in the United States, a powerful symbol of progress for not only New Mexico, but for the whole country. Deb's story has always resonated with me. She's a single mom from a military family who's lived the struggle of balancing service, sacrifice, and day-to-day survival. Her roots in Albuquerque and experience running a small business ground her in the realities New Mexicans face, especially veterans and military families. Deb's plan to strengthen New Mexico's Department of Veteran Services and create jobs that value veteran skills is exactly the kind of bold, practical leadership we need, especially as our community comes under attack. Her commitment to veterans is matched by her broader vision for New Mexico: lowering living costs, enhancing public safety, making housing affordable, and protecting our environment. She listens to every community, urban, rural, Native, veteran, because she knows leadership means leaving no one behind. Common Defense first endorsed Deb in 2018 for Congress. When our members choose to support a candidate, it's because that candidate has earned their respect and trust. Deb Haaland brings people together, fights for what's right, and gets results. So today, on behalf of our nationwide community of veterans, I am proud to say we are all in for Deb Haaland. Thank you all, and let's give it up for the next governor of New Mexico, Deb Haaland.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Jojo, Josh, Jose, thank you. Okay, there we go. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I first thank you, Jojo, for your acknowledgement, your land acknowledgement today. And of course, I want to thank Pickery's Pueblo for hosting us here today in this beautiful space. Thank you to Jose and Common Defense for your tireless work defending our democracy and for joining us here today. They came from all over the country to be here, and I'm very grateful and just want to welcome you all to the Land of Enchantment. So really happy that you're all here, and I hope you get some good red or green chili, whichever you choose. That comes with the territory in New Mexico. So your support means everything to me in this race. I'm also proud to be joined by Jojo Sweat, County Commissioner Josh Jones, who, yes, I'm so proud to have him in my office, a veteran, and also Greg Seeley, who worked very hard on my veterans issues here in the district in Albuquerque. And of course, members of the Vets for Dead team. If you're not sure who they are, just look at the t-shirts. As the daughter of both a Navy veteran and a Marine Corps combat veteran, standing with you is both an honor and a homecoming. My mom and dad shaped who I am today. They taught me that leadership isn't about titles. It's about service. They showed me that real courage means standing up for others, especially when it's hard. When I first stepped into the world of politics, it wasn't because I dreamed of higher office. It was because I saw what happens when power ignores people like us. I've been a single mom, worked at a bakery to make ends meet, even faced homelessness, and I never lost hope. That hope drove me to build a small business, go to college at 28, and fight for my community every step of the way. Now I'm running to be New Mexico's next governor, carrying the stories of families across our state. Veterans coming home to inadequate health care, single mothers working double shifts, elders who deserve dignity. Let's be honest about this moment. We're facing coordinated attacks on our rights, our freedoms, and our future. The Trump administration is back, and they're coming directly for our veterans, more than 120,000 of whom call New Mexico home. Right now, Trump and Elon Musk are planning to cut 83,000 jobs at the VA. That's nearly double the population of Roswell, New Mexico. This comes when the VA already has 66,000 vacancies, and almost every single VA health center reports severe staffing shortages. And it gets worse. Veterans make up 30% of our federal workforce. Nearly 500,000 veterans could lose their jobs if Republicans passed Trump's budget. That's not to mention the 1.6 million veterans who rely on Medicaid and the 1.2 million veterans who have families that receive food assistance through SNAP, the same program I relied on as a young mother to feed my child. These are the safety nets that Trump and his cronies are shredding to pay for tax giveaways for billionaires. Not only that, it adds to the federal deficit, and our families will foot the bill. This isn't politics as usual. This is a betrayal of our sacred promise to those who served.
Absolutely.
But here's what they don't understand. We are not backing down.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
To our veterans in the audience and standing behind me, you've already proven that when our democracy is threatened, you stand up. And that's why I'm stepping up for you. I will fight to strengthen the New Mexico Department of Veteran Services. For example, we expand the Rural Veterans Transportation Program to provide access to all 33 counties across New Mexico. To fill the gaps to veterans programs created by the Trump administration by investing in state-funded mental health and suicide prevention programs, partnering with our nonprofits and private sector, and ensuring New Mexico state agencies are prepared to respond to these cuts. create and enhance programs that formally recognize veterans' transferable skills in the civilian workforce, like training programs in burgeoning industries like clean energy, healthcare, technology, and film. And crack down on predatory businesses that try to exploit veterans. That means providing more tools to prevent shady businesses from taking advantage of veterans. These are just a few things we can do, and there's so much more. Veterans know something in their core. Real strength comes from standing together. Service means sacrifice, and freedom requires constant vigilance and action. So I ask you to keep fighting with us, keep using your voices, and keep believing that we can build something better. Together, we'll show them that New Mexico and America belongs to all of us. Thank you all so much, and let's get to work.
Yeah. Woo! 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 Woo!
Floor for questions? Anyone here?
I was hoping to ask Jose a question. There are obviously other folks running or seeking the Democratic nomination for governor. Did you all give them an opportunity to seek or obtain your endorsement?
I think any candidate who's running for office has the opportunity to reach out to Common Defense in terms of endorsement. But I have to say, our relationship with Deb Haaland goes way back to 2018. We're very impressed with her leadership, both as a member of Congress as well as Secretary of Interior. And so I think for us and the Common Defense, membership, the choice was clear.
And maybe if I could just follow up on that a little bit, what exactly will the endorsement entail as far as kind of boots on the ground, financial support, things like that, if you could.
That's right. Yeah. So, Common Defense is a PAC at C4 on the electoral side. And so we have membership in the area. We're looking to hire staff here in New Mexico as well. And so, yeah, we definitely want to have boots on the ground in New Mexico, as well as, reach out to veterans through digital ads, TV ads, radio ads, et cetera. But we definitely want to mobilize the veteran community. And I think with Deb's background as a military family member and just her track record as an elected leader, we feel that vets are definitely going to be motivated in the state to turn out for her, as well as door knock and all the things it takes to win an election.
Can you offer some specifics in terms of how many people you hope to have on the ground? And again, going back to his question.
I might want to turn that over to my organizing director, JoJo Sweat. She'll have a better sense of that. But yeah, so I don't know if you know off the top of your head how many members we have in state right now.
Oh, off the top of my head, we have about 175 members here locally that have engaged. We haven't had local staff here in New Mexico yet, but we are building what's called the State Organizing Committee. And that's going to involve a series of training curriculum that will bring here to New Mexico first. And once veterans are trained and ready to hit the streets, we'll get them out on the streets. And if you know anything about veterans, they have some core skills that involve leading teams. And we're really good at putting those teams on the ground.
Is the organization taking an active role in other campaigns besides the governor's race here in New Mexico? And if not, why New Mexico and why? Secretary.
We actually are interested in anything down ballot that involves having the right leadership in place that's going to combat this administration that we have currently. And so anybody that wants to apply for an endorsement through Common Defense can do that and get evaluated by our political team and membership.
So I think that concludes the program. We're all set. Really appreciate everyone being here. And if you have any other follow-ups that are outside of veterans, we can be in touch. Thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Don't forget that.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
on Beach Beaches. Oh, yeah.
I saw the logo the other night at the
Yeah. I'm really involved.